Brian is our forever hinged guest, and I am your unhinged guest, Nunnskees. Welcome to the Late Night Rush, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Hi. If you're new here, if you've never been here before, if you're wondering what's happening, why is there a city behind me? This is the Late Night Roast Show, late night talk show here on Twitch, where I bring on other creators to talk about stuff they got going on, stuff they have coming up, things they've done, get to know them a little bit, get to know people on this platform a bit more. I want to know people on the platform more. Very beautiful, very real skyline. I mean, it's very real. If you look right about here, you look real close, you might see my apartment light. It's way out there. You have to really look, but it's out there. Hello everyone, welcome in. How we doing? I forgot to check something. Wait a second, we have something big to talk about. I forgot to check in my haste of getting ready. Wait a second. So, doxing himself. I've already done that twice. Anyways, so if you haven't seen over on Twitter, yesterday, Elon Musk put up a poll of should I step down as head of Twitter? Let the people decide. Let democracy reign. And the results are in. 50 set after 17,502,391 votes, 43% no, don't step down. 57% yes, step down. Get the fuck out of here. So, and he's been quiet since, so we'll see what happens. See what happens with that. But honestly, this year's kind of been really a 2022 sequel. I think Elon taking over Twitter is actually what we needed this year, to come together as not only a country, as a few times as we can, but as a world. We need to come together and we just need someone to dunk on and just make jokes and dunk on them. Because the last time we had that was Trump. And yeah, he said he's gonna do things. He said he was gonna say things. It was all haha funny. And then it was real. And then the things actually happened. It wasn't so funny. We'd make jokes and we'd laugh. But there's always that secondary laughter, like, oh god, we're gonna have three more World Wars. With Elon, what are you gonna do? You make a joke, he bans you. You make a new account. You pay $8. You get verified to make fun of them more. Easy money. For us together and hating a person, you really did. Really did. Oh my gosh. So that's gonna be fun to see the outcome of. Twitter's just been a source of entertainment for a while, but this year it's really just, you could get, I'm waiting for Netflix to pick up Twitter. Actually, it's gonna be the next series. It's gonna get 3 more seasons. Nah, Netflix, it'll do too good on Netflix. Netflix will cancel it. Oh man. And to think he took over Twitter, 6 months ago? 5 months ago? Not that long ago. Live anime adaptation of Twitter on Netflix, please. I'm waiting for it. Who knows, all the AI bros, maybe they'll try to do it first and make some AI adaptation. I can stand for this whole stream. No, we're bring Brian on, which I need to invite Brian. Thank you. But Bree, hello, welcome in. Oh, I've got my own desk, and Brian has a chair, and we've got a whole setup going. I forgot to get Brian in here though. Is it Phantom with his green screen? It's a green screen filter, which is why it acts so funny. It's a filter in OBS. See, it's a little, it doesn't like the black suit. It really doesn't like the black suit. I guess I gotta stick with the blue. Oops. Oh wait, that was There we go. Okay. So Brian, you should have that notification. Security guard won't let me in, so they're not on the list. Tell them you're Girbeagly. So that show business mix-ups, he tells a few jokes around, somebody doesn't know the names, gets things mixed up. It happens. Big true. But where was I? Yeah. Elon hasn't had Twitter that long, and now we're at almost the end of the year. Christmas is in 6 days. Crazy. How this February feels like 3 years ago, but also like 2 weeks ago. I don't understand it. Summer, and it's been so cold lately. I feel like summer was a distant memory. It's been getting pretty cold. We had like a winter storm rolling in through the city here soon. We had a little preview of it today. And they were saying like Thursday is supposed to be a high of like 4 degrees, get down like -10, wind chills, like 30-mile-per-hour gusts, all kinds of stuff. There's actually, I was driving around past there's like an inflatable snowman and inflatable abominable snowman, or inflatable Santa and inflatable abominable snowman, like Yeti thing, and the Yeti had a winter jacket on, like hat, scarf, the whole ordeal. It's just too cold. It's too cold. You should talk to Elsa. Actually, the cold doesn't bother you. He should take some notes from Elsa. Cold won't bother him anymore. Like a blizzard over here, that's pretty much what they're saying for us too. Okay, there we go. Cool. Brian should be about ready. Cool. Okay. Make sure. Yep, cool. Brian's all set. I'm going to minimize that window so he can't distract me. Also, to postpone the winter storm. Yeah, seriously. Cold is bothering us after all. It really do be bothering me. My leg was killing me all today. But welcome in, everybody. I just keep seeing more and more names coming in. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you being here. Do you want to build a snowman? I kind of do, Loki. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years since I built a snowman. I, however, don't want to be doing it out in like waist deep snow. Yep. January. What's the first Monday in January? We'll have the abominable snowman on for our next show. Hi, Carly. Welcome in. Sorry, I've messed with Nightbot a lot. So I'm sorry if. Oh yeah, I didn't cancel the stuff from Saturday. Which, by the way, if you don't know, this past Saturday, I was at in Kansas City, doing a charity stream at an esports facility with a bunch of other streamers around. We were on really nice setups. I played Fortnite with the community. We raised. We had a donation after the fact too. We raised like $175 for 87 and running, which Travis Kelsey, who's a player on the Kansas City Chiefs football team, started for underserved youths and communities, helping every kid have equal footing, in education and having access to proper resources. It was really cool. I thought I was the only streamer out here, honestly. It was so hard to find anybody. The Discord wasn't very active. So to go there and see people, like the guy next to me was really cool. The girl next to him she has like 3K, almost 4K followers now after Saturday. It was great. She raised like over $1,000. I can't remember off the top of my head what the dude next to me raised, but a few hundred. It was great. I was like, wow, I can't wait to meet all these people. And, like, talk to them. Like, once I'm done, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna meet all these people, and we met in each other's chats because I forgot we're streamers and gamers and mostly introverted. When everybody was done with their streams, they just left. Like, oh, went to like the person that organized it. Like, oh, thanks for having me. Bye. And I was like, I saw your Twitch name. Okay, yep, okay, yeah. So shoot up or follow. Yeah, find you on Twitter. But yeah, we the overall goal was 30. Oh my god, $3,000. We last I checked, it was $3,052.02 or something raised, which is awesome. Can't wait for next year. They're hoping to do an annual thing since the turnout was so great. So that was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who came out to that. It was kind of a last minute thing. I just didn't know what to expect when I got there, so I wasn't sure what to. I didn't want to promise anything, but I am really just like morphing into the abyss, aren't I? I think it's blue suits from now on until I get a proper green screen. The funds from the charity stream go towards STEM initiative. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Coming one with the skyline, I like Kansas City's taking me in. I'm becoming one with the KC. Void hosted night is cool. yeah, totally. But yeah, this is the last show of the year. I know it's only show number 3, but it's Christmas next week and New Year's, and I'm gonna be going to Illinois. I thought this weekend, maybe not. We'll see what the weather does. Just the last 2 weeks of the year are always insane. So after tonight, I don't have a set date for the next show. I don't have a set guest yet. I have a list. I'm just kind of buckling down, sending the DMs, no matter how much it frightens me. And we'll see what happens. It may be a week or two before there's a show, but hopefully it'll give me some time to go over these. I'm going to edit these 3 down. I'll put them on YouTube. So it's more actual like show format. And they can just be, you can go back and watch them whenever you want without having to like fight with the VOD and shift through where I take a break and everything. Yeah. Just getting started with these. 23 would be amazing for you. I appreciate that, dude. I think so. Putting that effort and have that nerve. There are nerves. That's because all of you. Like, knowing people really enjoy this and have showed up for it really helps me, like, okay, this is something. Like, we've got something here. It's all I think about now. It's all I think about throughout my day. Now is like, how can I improve this? If you haven't been here before, a few things I still have to sort out. I still haven't figured out my dual PC setup. I'm hoping once I do that, I can figure out the audio issues. When I talk with Brian, alerts are going to be muted, but that's so you'll be able to, because I have to fight and mute different things and unmute different things. So you may not hear alerts. You may hear them through my headset. My mic might pick it up. And I'm trying to do better about glancing at chat and bringing you guys into it, but I'm still also working that piece out. And I have ADHD. I just kind of zone in on who I'm talking to. So I apologize if I miss a bunch of stuff. If I miss an alert, feel free to yell at me in chat. Someone scream at me. I'll see it. But Shira, Sarah, Zana, oh my gosh, everybody, hello. Quicksilver, Cryptic, thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. And everyone that followed, everyone's here from last night that followed after the shout outs from Brian. Thank you so much. Also, what happened Saturday, if you weren't here, we hit our sub goal of 100 subs. So, in January, when we come back, I'll be bringing back the coffee tier list we did. And all the ones I put at have not tried, I'll try. I'll make a flight of them. And I'll try them on stream or revisit the tier list and place them all. So, big thanks to that. Hannah, hello. Welcome in. I'm going to go take a break, make some coffee. And when we come back, we'll talk with Girbeagly. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. The Late Night Roast Show is partnered with Agent Ink Apparel. Use command merch and chat to browse the Coffee House merch store. We're about to bring on our guest for tonight, full-time Twitch partner, content creator. If you ask him, he'd probably tell you he's the oldest content creator on this whole platform. Everybody, welcome in Girbeagly. Brian, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Me.
Welcome. I don't know why I'm welcoming you. This is your show.
You're just you. I mean, it's the roles are flipped now.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's really impressive because you set up the green room to look exactly like my office. Do I
Yeah.
get to keep these Pokemon cards, by the way?
Uh,
Are these mine now?
we'll we'll sort through that.
Oh,
We'll see.
okay.
We'll
All
see
right,
what's in the
cool.
packs, and then we'll
Oh,
trade
oh,
and
sure. No, that's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Jolteon's all yours though.
Oh, great. Well, it's good to be here then.
Cool. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone. What you're about.
Sure. I mean, I think the intro really spoke for itself. Those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Brian, aka Girbeagly. I am a full-time content creator and easily the oldest person on the entire planet. And I do a little bit of voice acting, Twitch streaming, and YouTube. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. And you just had a new voice acting announcement
I
for
did.
Gunvolt 3.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, it was very cool.
you're I'm trying to say Tessio.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that.
One of the new DLC characters that you can get for free if you have Azure Gunvolt 3 or Azure Striker Gunvolt 3. I should probably know the name of the thing.
You got paid already.
But
It's fine.
yeah, they already paid me. Exactly, right.
That's awesome. How many? Wow. I guess spots is that for you now? How many things have you acted in now?
Oh God, I have a document somewhere that shows all my voice roles. It's basically my resume and portfolio, but I have a bunch of stuff that I'm not allowed to announce yet as well on that. So I think that we're somewhere in the realm. In the last year, it was like 7 or 8 roles, which was really cool. But I think I'm in double digits at this point. So
That's
I'd have to
awesome.
go back and double check. My people can call your people. You know how it is.
Yeah. We'll be in touch. His last one before this was that I can recall was Boyfriend Dungeon.
Yeah,
that was
that was the last one I was allowed to announce, which I kind of spoiled that for some people, but
yeah,
yeah,
that happens.
Yeah,
give the people a taste sometimes.
Yep, absolutely.
So what got you into voice acting?
I've always had a love of just being sort of a silly voice person. I was a big fan of Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, just late and great. I remember watching Aladdin, like the Disney animated movie, when I was like 7 or 8 years old or something like that, and being like, wow, like he does like 18 different voices during this. Like I like to make silly voices, and as I got older, I was like, wow, he kind of sucked at voice acting. He wasn't really that good at it. But it was more of the fact that he had that range and he had that spirit, that passion. He like really enjoyed doing it. That made me go, wow. Well, I mean, I'm not that great at anything except like making silly voices. Maybe I could just like put my all into this and see if it works out. And wasn't until recent years, but being able to just pursue that in any kind of way and then find some sort of success was incredible. It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're right. His whole career was basically just silly voices. But
Yeah.
it was the way he just made the character his.
Yeah. Oh,
He
absolutely.
didn't try to fit the character. Like, it just became his character.
Exactly. Yeah. It never felt like roles were written for him. It felt more like he made the role his, no matter what it was.
Yeah. So you're in Gunvolt 3, so you have more things you can announce next year.
Yes.
I guess if one of those isn't already, what's on your like the top of your list of things to be in?
Oh gosh. There's so many things that I would love to do. Obviously, like anime is the big thing. Every single voice actor is like, oh, I want to be in, season 2 of Spy X Family or something like that. Or like, Boruto or some, the new Bleach would be cool, stuff like that. But Square Enix games, I've always been a huge fan of like Final Fantasy. So if I ever get thrown into like a Square Enix game, I'll probably just lose my mind. And then also like Genshin Impact is the other big one. That's like basically the anime of video gaming. So
pretty much.
all the like top talent are getting into Genshin recently. And I think it's a really cool game. It looks like, something that if I had more time in my schedule, I'd invest more time into. But I love the aesthetic of it. I love the storylines that I've seen. I have a bunch of mutuals who are in it as well. So
Mhm.
very cool. Just very, very cool stuff.
Oh, but if you get into that, then I'm gonna have to get into Genshin Impact. And Brian, I already play Overwatch. I play Destiny. I play Pokemon.
Oh
That's
God.
3 full-time jobs right there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Which, and you've been voice acting for a few years, creating content for nearly 10 years.
Yes. Yeah.
I as I've been wondering, like, how do you find that balance? I guess you've been doing things so long, you probably found that balance in a way. But
Yeah, I mean, balance is one of those things. Even other people who've been doing this for years, I think, struggle with a lot. It's just one of those aspects that obviously is going to be very subjective because you sort of know you and your like how you work well, your workflow, etc. best. But at the same time, it's so easy to sort of fall prey to those content demons and like get wrapped up in your work and like do
mhm,
so much of it and not take any time for yourself. It actually took me. It's funny because I have been doing this for so long, and I did fall into like sort of a natural rhythm over time. But I've also experienced a huge amount of burnout. I've talked about that pretty
mhm,
publicly, and I think that it's really important for people to just I don't know, trust their gut. If you start feeling yucky, you start feeling tired, etc., I think it's a really important thing to look into and figure out. And for me, that was taking a big step back from sort of the volume of content that I was making, talking to some outside sources. I'm, a very public therapy advocate as well,
mhm.
as someone who both has a background in mental health counseling and has done it for a long time as well. And it's really helped me out a ton. I think that the content I'm making now is, on a schedule that works for me in the moment, while also being stuff that I'm proud of making. So, yeah.
Which is good. You have a lot to be proud of.
Oh, thank you.
Even just all the voice acting, all the money you've raised, um, going back even through YouTube videos, everything you've made. So you've been with St. Jude, I want to say 6 years.
Uh, yeah, I think this was my sixth year doing it. It's very hard
Mhm.
to keep track because obviously we had that stretch of years recently that were kind of weird and made everyone lose track of time. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So how did it feel to be back this year? And they brought
Oh my
everyone back
gosh.
for the surprise.
Yeah, that was really wild. That was the sort of the like beta program that they had set up. People who had come previously mainly, and then a couple new people just to test out sort of like a small group format since obviously all the patients there are immunocompromised. So it's one of those things that's a huge health risk to bring anyone onto campus.
Mhm.
And for those who don't know, back in 2019, it was like the biggest group that they had ever had there. I think we had like 350 people or something on the
Yeah.
campus, all streamers, all YouTubers, some TikTokers. It was really wild, and they had planned for 2020 to be this massive like 500-person group or something. It was going to be humongous and break them up into tour groups, and they were going to invite people who had never had a chance to go, and it would have been really really cool because I know that for me was sort of the kick in the butt where it had started off as I was raising money for this organization and it was so cool, but then seeing the kids in person, getting to talk to the families, seeing exactly where the money from our community was going, made me just intensify how much I wanted to raise for this cause. So COVID really screwed things up, which was a bummer.
Mhm.
So being back, even in the small format and the very very socially distanced format that we were in, where we couldn't go and see the patients directly. There was normally a pane of glass in front of us, or it was just kids who were wandering through the main parts of the hospital. It still captured a lot of that magic. So I am really hoping, people like you are invited for 2023 and um, just they start bringing in more people because I think that they've figured out the safe way to do it. So,
That's good to hear.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of my goals is to go
Yeah.
either invitation or just visit sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to see
I'll,
it.
I'll try to put in a good word. So,
Oh my god. um, it's like we just raised money a few months ago for Riley's Children's Hospital in
oh, yeah.
Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where my little brother went
Oh,
for
beautiful.
13 years, I want to say.
Mhm.
Um, and my dad helped like build renovations in like the 90s and put in handrails for the kids and everything.
Oh
So
wow, that's so cool. That's wonderful.
distanced, but that same effect of like I've seen what they do there, even if it was almost God, it was 20 years ago. Um, and just knowing the level of care and how much the kids do enjoy their time there, despite everything they're going through,
Absolutely.
and that we've helped. Um, chat, chat about what did we raise for Riley's 2,000?
Wow.
Just
Yeah,
about. Oh,
that goes a long
2K or
way.
just shy of it. Yeah. That was like 2000 was 20. They have like their own like wagon thing too, like St. Jude.
Oh,
So that was 20
beautiful. I love
wagons
that.
for kids.
Oh, that's so cute.
At 2K, yeah. Oh yeah, and they sent handwritten thank you notes to everybody that donated, which is so
I love
cool.
the good like personal touches like that a lot of the causes do. That's beautiful.
Yeah, their community manager Donna like reached out to me constantly, made sure everything was okay. She handwrote all those notes. She's great.
Love that.
And next year we're looking at Children's Mercy here in Kansas
Oh,
City.
great. Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of things. I have so much to plan for next year. How about you? Do you got what are you thinking for next year?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, obviously being online this long, it's sort of hard
Mm-hmm.
to be like I have this as like a plan for what to do or anything like that. Hoping to make it back out to Memphis at least a couple times. Talk to some of the program directors out there. So I obviously can't share too much about it, but there are some cool things on the horizon with St. Jude. There's obviously my content. I'm trying to get back into a more consistent YouTube flow. I'd love to be able to make videos again because
Mm-hmm.
that's how I started almost 10 years ago. And it's about to be my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. So I think that would
Yeah.
be incredible
We're past
to
the
do
2 month
some of that.
mark now.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
3 month.
wow. Yeah.
March
Don't
17th.
remind I'm old.
Have
Yeah. But,
you put any
um,
much thought into that? Are you planning to do anything? Or is that under wraps?
uh, well, so obviously LA is still kind of the goal.
Yeah.
I've been trying to move out there for a while. We, my partner Morgan and I, we were ready to go out to LA at the end of 2019, and then the world did this weird sneeze thing that made everyone
Mm-hmm.
really sick, and we went, well, maybe that's not smart. We'll stay here for now, and we invested a lot into our content. Recession hit, that type of thing. So it got to this point where we were like, holy cow, rent in LA is just kind of not worth it. So as you guys have seen, we've sort of sat still for the moment, which has been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully 2023, we work out something, even if it's not moving there full time. We might be like renting a property or something for like a few months to
Oh,
give
that'd
it
be
sort of
really
a
cool.
test drive, set up a
Yeah.
studio out there, invest into some tech, and get a lot of the business things that have been sitting still for like 2 years with voice acting studios specifically, but also some live show things that uh, like Hyper RPG. I got to do that when I visited last
Oh yeah.
time. So talk to Zach about maybe doing some stuff when I get out there next. Obviously, just increasing voice acting output and content in general. And then Ethan, Crank Gameplays, and I have had a ton of videos that we can only do in person planned for 2 years now, and we're trying to figure out a way to do them whenever I come out. So yeah,
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. Videos with you too. They can only be done in person. You can't
Oh yeah,
replicate that energy online. Almost like some kind of oh wow, the name escapes me. Some kind of Bunus Bonus or something.
yeah.
Bingus Bongus. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd ever work.
What's Latin for two? Whatever
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, you just tack that on the end, and it's a new thing. It'd be like one. It can be 1 year again in
I
Latin.
get
Yeah,
1 year two.
yeah. At the end of the day, I think maybe the moral of the story is just yeah, be as I guess morally sound, true to your own values, and just enjoy the stuff you're making. As long as you're genuine about it, people will see that genuineness, and
Mm-hmm.
that will take you pretty far. So
And be as parasocial as possible.
of course, right? Yeah,
Go-
brainwash an audience, and then boom.
Yeah. I guess that did kind of that little abruption to help me transition into. I know we've talked about being creative for almost 10 years. You've done voice acting for quite a few years, but before all that, you were a CS Counter-Strike pro.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I gotta know more about that one.
Okay. Yeah, this was one it's funny, I was just talking to Jordan about this earlier today. But yeah, when I was in college, I got recruited by a gaming clan, as they called them back then. And
I remember that.
yeah, it was the days of Counter-Strike Source. So not the Counter-Strike Go that is infested with like bots and stuff that we know now on Steam. It was on the Source engine. A lot of Counter-Strike players consider it the worst Counter-Strike, but that was a challenge to me because I was a hot-blooded, fiery 18-year-old, and I was starting. I think it was like my second semester freshman year of college, or maybe it was like my first semester of being a sophomore there. I was like 18, 19. And it was one of those things where I just was a grinder. I didn't have many other things going on besides schoolwork. Hating being at school. I went to like parties occasionally, but most of the time I just sat in my room and played video games for 12 hours straight. I think like Doom 3 probably took up about at least 40 hours of my life around then too. But I was very into Counter-Strike, and I got recruited by a clan. We used to grind for like 12 hours a day, just running scrims against other teams, or running against our B squad. And it was basically, I'd wake up, go to class, get back to my dorm room, queue up with all of my teammates, and then we just run it until like 1 a.m. I'd barely have time to do any of my work for school. I actually almost like dropped out of college around then, I remember, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna just be a pro gamer. And then we would enter. Back then, there wasn't like an official scene for tournaments. I mean, there was, but you had to be the top tier.
Yeah.
And to work up to that, you had to do sort of the tier 2, tier 3 style tournaments. And we did a ton of those. You know, I won a decent amount of money for a college kid. Normally blew it on alcohol, unfortunately, but
like a college
bad
kid.
Food. Yep, again, college kid. But it became unsustainable, where I just got very, very burnt out from being like, okay, hey guys, I'm 19. Remember that I have to go do like college work, and all my clan mates were like, you should drop out, you should drop out, and I almost did. And I'm glad I didn't, because no one knows what Counter-Strike Source is anymore. So
I gotta be honest, I didn't until I first heard you talk about that.
yeah, it was a different time. It was when being like a professional gamer, really, in like esports, it wasn't really viable quite yet. So it was all, us traveling to tournaments or playing on bad connections on our college internet or whatever. And LANs weren't like a thing for that level yet, but I did that for a while. Yeah.
That's crazy. Those of you, I can't imagine many people in here don't know Girbeagly, but if you haven't seen much of him, if you're new here, we'll take a little look at a little preview of what you can expect over in his streams.
Oh gosh. No! No! No, I did the thing! No! All right, what about me, chat? No!
God, that whole game was so funny.
Oh gosh, yeah. One of the best lobbies I've ever been in, for sure.
You can catch Brian. Oh, I've done the shout out thing. Thank you, Darno. Catch Brian, I'm gonna say, let me see. This is a mod test right here. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, about 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good. It's a ballpark approximation. We do our best over on the Girbeagly channel to keep people on their toes. You know.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get or when you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Kind of
exactly.
like me. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for being on here. I appreciate you a ton.
Thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully the valet was sort of like eyeing my car. I'm afraid that maybe it's been stolen, so I'll definitely be hovering around the parking lot for a bit. But yeah, if anyone wants autographs from the audience,
I see one out there that looks like yours. Just take that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. All the perks of being a guest on a late night talk show. Yeah.
Free car.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate this. I'm super excited to see who else you have on for 2023.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I have a good feeling.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I saw out of the corner of my eye chat just flying. I really wish I could have talked more with y'all. I'm really trying to figure that out, of that balance of talking with the person and bringing chat in. I want you guys to be able to ask questions too. I really got to figure out how that flow is going to work. This was a big leap I took. It's an idea I've had for a while. The first idea I had this year was IRL paranormal streams. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this tech-wise. And then Daytune comes out. I was like, I've been playing this for 2 years. I have all this equipment. I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't anywhere close to ready. That's Daytune's thing now. I got to thinking about this more and more, and I was like, you know what? I don't see anybody else doing it really in this format. So let's jump on it, see what happens. I'm really glad everyone enjoys it. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate all of you so much for being here, for supporting me. I'll see you then. Have a great night, everybody.